In this video, we're going to look at how we re-engage the customer after they've answered the question. Again, there's a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of moving parts, and we want to make sure we handle this part real nice and smooth and still stay in that consultant role as a trusted advisor with the customer. You can imagine if I asked you a bunch of questions and then didn't get your opinion or your answers on them, you'd feel like, well, why'd you ask me any questions? That's kind of the way the customers feel about these questions. They want to know if we're going to take their answers seriously and if there's any part to this. So we're going to role play what this sounds like and looks like with the customer so that you can uncover their unknown needs and wants, and you can also begin to establish that there might be some other things going on in their home that you're there to take care of. This is what separates you from the average technician. This is where you really show your professionalism and you're really able to provide world-class, best-in-class service for your customer. What we have found is a lot of times the customer calls us for an acute problem. They've got a problem with their toilet. It's bothering them. They're finally frustrated enough. They're willing to write a check to have somebody come out and fix it. But we find that there's a lot of things going on in the home that just aren't that aggravating, but they're still there. There's a drippy faucet in the basement and they don't go in the basement that often. Or every year their sewer backs up and it's been about 9 months and they're not sure if they need that done, or there's a problem, a rattle going on with their furnace. This is your opportunity to set yourself apart, provide excellent customer service, and to continue on with a great service call. So let's take a look at what that sounds like. Mrs. Jones, I'm finished looking at your toilet. Did you have a chance to answer those questions?
Yeah.
Well, great. Before we go through those, what questions did you have? Anything stick out to you? No? All right, fantastic. If you don't mind, let me just take a look at these real quick. Okay, excellent. Oh, I noticed right here you answered about what is thermal expansion, that you didn't know if you had an expansion tank or you weren't sure what that is. Okay, no problem. I'll be able to answer that for you. And I also noticed that down here it said that you weren't exactly sure where your emergency shutoff was for the entire house. Those are something we can go take a look at together. That's very important to know. And I want to make sure you know exactly where that is before I leave. And also I want to answer that question about thermal expansion. If you don't mind, those are usually really close to each other. Would you mind taking me to your utility room where your water heater is?
Sure.
All right, fantastic. As you can see in this critical junction, this is where actually as the technician, you're working with the iPad and the customer together. You've been able to do a lot of things at this point in a really short amount of time. You've been able to find out some other things the customer wants and needs, and some things maybe they weren't aware of that is going on in their home as far as safety concerns and issues are. You've been able to show concern for the customer. You've been able to get them to begin to engage the iPad, answer some questions for you. Now you're able to go over the questions with them. This is going to begin to lead us into the place where we begin to offer package solutions. We've uncovered a number of things for the customer. We want to provide them great service. We want to give them great options that are going to satisfy all the needs of their home or just the demand call for that day. So this is the great place where you're going to begin to transition, where you take the iPad back, you're going to leave the customer alone for a while and either go to your truck or to the other room or wherever is most comfortable for that call and begin to put your package solutions together.